Alright, so in this video, I'm going to walk through the exact CRM that we use for all of our acquisition systems. Now, these CRMs have helped us and helped my setter specifically book way more calls, have better speed to lead, and just have our acquisition systems, whether it's cold email, LinkedIn, running extremely smoothly. And there's no so many moving parts and repeatable things. So it basically removes all the headaches that usual CRMs have. So if you've tried high level, if you've tried what are the other CRMs? The Zoho, HubSpot. This is Attio is the CRM that I'm going to walk through in this video, and we basically made our own custom CRMs inside of Attio using N8N, and I've got videos talking about that as well. Basically, I just want to walk through what you should have in a CRM. Basically, the useful stuff and the stuff that a lot of people might talk about, but is not that useful. So this is how we run our CRM. We have 3 separate objects, that's what they're called in Attio. Cold email leads, where all of our email leads come through, LinkedIn leads, where all of our LinkedIn leads come through, and deals, basically our full sales CRM for post booking whenever someone books from either channel. So where it basically starts is, for example, a cold email lead is fed in from instantly replies. So we have automation set up that when we get a cold email lead, it is automatically fed into this cold email leads CRM with their name, email, phone, company domain, LinkedIn, and anything else that we've kind of stored from the lead list that we had, all GDPR compliant with Clay, all the enriching tools that we have nowadays that we can get this information. Then same thing for LinkedIn, but we're just with HeyReach, or if you use Expandy or any of these other LinkedIn softwares, we have those leads coming into the LinkedIn leads object. So we have 2 separate objects. If you have a separate channel, maybe you've got Instagram, maybe you've got something else, you could also set it up. But basically, both of these CRMs carry basically the last touch and basically where every single lead is at. So we have when we last emailed them, when we last sent them a LinkedIn message, when we last called them, when we last messaged them, when we last WhatsApp messaged them, and basically we track all the follow-up sequences. That makes the setter's job so much easier, my setter's job. Now, each CRM has 5 stages. So interested, reach back out soon, booked, ghosting, not interested. Now, interested leads come into the CRM, and reach back out soon leads come into the CRM. People that only reply badly, they never enter the CRM at all. Once a lead is interested, they either go to booked, eventually maybe they might book. Let's say the setter sends another message and they're interested more and they want to book, or they start ghosting, or they start not getting interested. Now, here is what it kind of looks like. So interested leads in here, this is where my setter basically manages everything. So he drags these objects across basically depending on what the lead does. So if a lead books, that's the only thing that's automated, and it gets automated into the booked stage, and then they get moved to our deal pipeline, which I'm about to walk through in a second, how we have that set up in Attio. And the same principle applies for the LinkedIn leads object with what I'm walking through here. So the setter is very hands-on with all this, adding notes, comments, dates that he last reached out. Our phone numbers get automatically enriched into here. I have a separate Zapier automation that does this. Once a record is created in Attio, I have a Zapier automation that pulls the phone number using Clay's native waterfalls, and then it basically plugs the phone number back in. Now, that is what the setter manages. So there's no a million moving parts and 1,000 things that you need to repeat. Most of it is automated. The only thing the setter really does is manage the replies and move leads across the CRM. Once they're in the deal pipeline, that's where I take over, because I take the sales calls. I don't have a closer or anything yet. I take the sales calls, and that is where he palms off the acquisition to me at that point. That's when we get to the deal pipeline. So the deal pipeline is every deal is basically a booking that might turn into a deal, right? So we have all of our bookings that come into here, and they might come from the email CRM, the LinkedIn CRM, and we basically have sources. So cold email, LinkedIn, inbound, whether they came from YouTube, whether they're a referral. And for these, cold email and LinkedIn, they're attributed automatically. But if it's some other call that's like a referral or YouTube, I manually attribute that. And basically, we're able to do this because we have an N8N workflow set up that connects to our Calendly to see whenever an event is created, and then it reverse engineers who that lead was. So we have all leads coming into this centralized CRM. It's actually beautiful. It's so good. Then we have the outcome of the call. So, booked, rescheduled, no-show, cancelled, closed, deposit, no close, bad fit. All the things which I mark. And basically we have sales in one spot. We have our appointment booking systems all in one spot in Attio, and that's why it's really effective, because a lot of people use, Google Sheets for sales. We basically have a Google Sheet kind of thing inside of Attio. That's why it's so useful, but it's all connected, so it's great. Now, what we actually track with the sales stuff is, the call itself. So how the call went, what was the objection, AI summary automatically, not like a Fathom summary. It pulls the Fathom transcript, and then we use Claude to basically analyze it and give a very human summary of the process, what were the objections, next steps for follow-up, all that kind of stuff. It's auto-filled. Now, then there's how much cash we collected, the money, the deal value, cash collected, owner, person, LinkedIn, all the company records that we need to be able to continue following up. And then, for example, if it doesn't close, like I said, objection tagged with whichever objection I found it to be, money, partner, time, fear, think about it, value, the follow-up layer. So this is all automated as well. Let's say we have a call with someone and they don't close, but they book in a follow-up, that automatically updates in the CRM. And we have a follow-up set. And then if that doesn't happen, if I think it could very likely close, we mark it as hot follow-up. If it's, decent chance, it's follow-up. If they don't want to buy it, it's no follow-up. And then we also tag where we're following up with them: WhatsApp, LinkedIn, phone, SMS, and email. So basically all that the setter does is move records between stages and add certain dates of when he last reached out. And all I do is, take the calls and make some adjustments in the deal pipeline based on, where prospects are at with the sales pipeline. So the phone number, LinkedIn profile, Slack alerts, the deal records, the call recordings, the summaries are all added automatically, and we get notifications for all of this because we have Attio connected into our Slack. That basically gives us notifications for everything that's happening here. So it's a very streamlined, automated sales acquisition system with Attio, but it's semi-automated because I have a philosophy that still having a setter or two managing something semi-automated is more effective than just trying to automate everything, because we could try and automate all the replies, automate everything, but I still think that a setter, a human managing objections, moving prospects, it is very useful. And if you just like working with a team, I'd recommend having a CRM like this. So let me just get this out of the way as well. If you want a CRM installed like this into your business within a few days, feel free to book a call in the description. I'll walk through where you're at with acquisition right now and if we can actually help, and then I can walk you through exactly how we'd install a system like this. And not only that, but also the full infrastructure for cold email, messaging, everything to book appointments into your calendar as automated as possible, to help you scale. So if you're interested in that, there'll be a link in the description. Other than that, I would highly recommend either trying to build this out yourself then, or just whatever CRM you have, trying to integrate it to be something like this, because it's really effective, helps us book more calls, helps us close more deals. And yeah, cheers.